What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It's Ars. Let's get productive. So, really excited this week to talk about a new VST that popped up on my timeline. I'm pretty sure it popped up on yours because these guys always have VSTs popping up on your timeline. I'm talking about Producer Source's new VST called Keytron 91. Now, you guys have definitely seen me review some of Producer Source's VSTs in the past, specifically the Hints of VST. So you know how I feel about them. I think they do definitely make some really cool VSTs. Just sometimes there's a little bit of an issue with the download process. Not a problem this time around. My download experience with this VST was not a problem. I'm really excited that they've taken a step forward and fixing whatever that issue is, and it's a really good thing that they did it because I really like this VST. Now, this VST is also made by the same person that made the Hints of VST. I believe his name is Al Men, and he seems to have a really good ear for sound selection. I loved the sounds with Hints of. My only issue was the download problem. I loved the VST. I thought it was really cool. And it seems like this time around, not only has he made really great sound selections, but he's also fixed a couple of the other problems that I had with the other VST. So we're gonna jump right into Keytron 91, and we're gonna talk about all of the really cool things that this VST does at an amazing price point. I believe I only paid $12 for this thing. So let's get right into it. Keytron 91, let's talk about it. So, as always, I have Logic queued up, and this is Keytron 91. Now, we're going to start off by talking about the UI, and I think it's a really clean UI. I gotta say that, I don't know if it's Al Men who created the Hints of VST, or it's, the team over at Producer Sources. I think they're getting to the point where they're combining really cool UI concepts, and they're able to meet it. At least as far as the resolution goes, they're able to meet it at a higher quality. This thing is really clean. The resolution is really sharp, really vibrant. I love the blue. Very simple. It's not like a crazy elaborate VST, but it looks really cool. The resolution is sharp, and that's not the case with every VST on Producer Sources, but like I said, I feel like they're taking it up a notch with this thing. It looks really good. So if we go through the UI, you'll see your standard stuff and your Rompler VSTs. You'll see you have a big gain knob here in the middle. You have your ADSR knobs right down here. You have a cutoff knob. You have your LFO wave, LFO source, and LFO type, LFO depth, and LFO rate. You have a glide knob, really cool for those bass sounds. Really dope to have a glide knob included in there. You have your amp high, your amp low, a reverb knob, and a pitch bend knob. Really dope. Voice mode, filter type, velocity curve. This is the standard stuff that you see in the most basic Romplers, but the thing that sets the different VSTs apart really comes down to the sound selection, and that's really what we're going to get into with this thing. And if this thing is anything like Al Men's last VST, Hintsive, I know there's going to be some dope sounds in this thing. We're going to start off with the basses. That one. The Cherokee one is fire. And I like how the VST kind of glows when the sounds, you'll notice right here. So, it's light work, but it's cool. It's a cool effect. So really cool bass sounds. We can go through some of the bells. I like that one. Play with the reverb a little bit. Play with the release. Play with the pitch bend. Now, one of the things that I like that this thing does that the Hinsive VST didn't do that kind of drove me crazy. I love the sounds in Hinsive, but one of the things that kind of drove me crazy about it is there were no arrows. If you notice down here, I can just click and go to the next sound. On the Hinsive VST, I literally had to click and then scroll down and click the next sound. And every single time I wanted to go to another sound, I had to click, scroll down, and go to the next sound. And it kind of just slowed the process down, and it became a bit annoying after a while. I love that whether I'm changing the sound category or I'm changing the sounds themselves, all I have to do is click forward or backward with the arrows, and it'll go through the sounds for me. So we can go through some more of the bell sounds. I'm really liking the sounds that I'm hearing so far. And one of the things I love is that in every single category you go to, there's a lot of instruments for that category. It's not like you go to a category and there's 5 instruments or 6 instruments for each category. You got loads of instruments. And we're only on, I think, number 5 of the bells. There are little elements here and there in each of these sounds that'll take a standard bell sound and just make it sound a little bit different. And I like that. It sounds cool. Ooh. Yeah, the bells are really dope. We can go to some brass, hear how the brass sounds. Turn the volume down a little bit. I usually don't use a lot of brass in my beats, but I probably would mess with some of the brass instruments I hear in this thing. That's crazy. Right, you got flutes. I'm gonna just skip ahead. Go to flutes. So those are some flutes. You have guitars. Let me pick something that maybe, because these sounds, you kind of, flutes, guitars, you kind of get that in just about every sampler, every rompler. Let's see, vocals. That's nice. I call it twang, that little Yeah, that little wobble in the pitch. I like that. I call it twang. I don't care what anybody else calls it. Don't nobody comment me. I don't care what nobody else calls it. I call it twang. I like the twang in that. It's a lot of twang. They should have called that sound twang. You know what? For the pads, I'm going to change this melody up because I like to play chords when it comes to pads. All right. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's hella fire. Especially when you turn the reverb up and turn up the release a little bit. That's fire. Yeah, the pads are fire. The pads is hella fire. Okay. Ooh. That one right there is dope. How many pads are there? So there's not that many pads, but the pads that are in here are fire. So let's check out some of the keys. Let's bring the melody back for the keys. Those probably sound better. That one is really dope. I like that one. Constantine, that's fire. It's a lot, man. Let's see the Dilla one. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's start down here. Why? That's crazy. That's fire. That's just a few of the sounds in Keytron. I'm not going to go through all of the sounds. Right now I want to get into a quick cook up. You know, put a beat together really quickly with this thing. Let's add some melody to this thing. Do that. Like that. Let's add that in there. Alright. Lower that note a little bit. Oh, let's go to plucks. Let's see this. We didn't really mess around with plucks much. Oh, that's nice. Ooh. Yeah, I like that right there. Let's add that. It's a nice little counter melody. One of the things that I like to be careful is to not overlap too many melodies on top of each other. Even when I'm lapping melodies on top of each other, if you notice, I have the notes hitting timing wise at different times. So it's like you'll have this melody going, and then I'll have this melody up top in all of the gaps. So it's like usually my melodies are like bouncing in and out of different pockets and wherever there's air and the overall melody, and then I'll have a root melody underneath like this one. So this is like the main melody right here, and then you'll have other melodies like counter melodies dipping in and out of it. And for me, what that does is it keeps the bounce. Cool. And one of the things I love about Initial Slice is you can just drag and drop your pattern. So I'm going to just drag each of these that I did, copy and paste this. I would usually use like an 808, but I want to dive more into Keytron. So I'm going to use a bass from there. These. Oh, I like that. That sounds crazy. Like that. Alright, so we're gonna do it like that. So that's good for like the hook section. That's perfect. Then we're gonna go right over here, quantize that. I don't want to overload it, but I'm hearing something else going on there. Maybe some vocals. I'm not really fond of the vocals on this thing, but I feel like there's some in here that could work, like that. Some verb. That's fire. I'm hearing kind of a steel pan kind of banging thing. Let me see If I use one of my patches down here, let me see if I use my steel pan sound at a lower octave, it might sound interesting. Alright, here we go. Perfect. So, just finished putting together this beat using the Keytron 91, and I'm going to let y'all hear what I came up with. We're going to lead us up on the screen so we could catch a vibe. And yeah, let's get right into it. And that's it. That's the beat I made using Keytron. Just something really quick to show y'all. Little something y'all can put together using this VST. I'm really loving the sounds in this thing. It has over 200 sounds in it, and I barely scratched the surface in this video. So shout out to Al Men, shout out to Producer Sources for putting together a dope VST. It's definitely making me look forward to what you guys have coming up in the future. So if it's your first time watching this channel, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can stay notified anytime I drop a new video. And if you're returning, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.